is missing. I think it just got misplaced. But I am gonna be using my old mic for this video. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first item we have here was gifted to me by my brother. He had told me that he had actually went to a Disney outlet store and that he saw this and thought I'd love it. And this is a shirt from Tiana's Bayou Adventure from Disneyland or Disney World. And without going into controversy, I do prefer Splash Mountain over Tiana's Bayou. As most of you guys know, I've gone to Disneyland a lot. I just think that Splash Mountain fits with Critter Country more than Tiana does. But I do say that to say one aspect that I loved about the ride was the cute animal animatronics. It's a turtle. I think this is it a bear? And then is it a coyote? I can't tell. And then there's Lewis, who looks so cute, and his little horn, and the 50-foot drop right here, and of course Miss Tiana. So something I do wish they had done differently with this ride was I wish they just did the movie instead of a new story. There's just things that don't make sense at all. If you've been on Splash Mountain, you know the drop. The drop is like if you would say in a story, kind of like the main kind of danger or conflict point. And then once you go down, it gets resolved. But with Tiana's Bayou, Mama Odie is just there, and then you go down the drop, so it's not very, it just doesn't make very much sense, I don't feel like. They just could have done way better with the first movie and focused more on the animal aspect, and that would have definitely worked well with Critter Country more. And I think it would have been way cuter. So, enchanting prelude to The Lord of the Rings, and I do believe this was a poster that they used for the last battle for the third Hobbit movie. This is The Hobbit, and it's in a raised reading. And then, of course, Bilbo has Sting, too. I definitely need to reread the book. I do remember liking The Hobbit a little bit more than Lord of the Rings, as sacrilegious as that sounds. Not with movie-wise, I love Lord of the Rings way more than The Hobbit, but like book-wise, because I feel like The Hobbit was a standalone book first, so there's a little bit more resolve, or I should say the story moves a little bit quicker than Lord of the Rings. This is part 1, The Lord of the Rings. This was a gag gift from my sister. It's very sweet of her, but every Valentine's Day, she will give me a little gift basket. I call it single pity, but it's very sweet of her. But for my birthday, she just combined both of them. So she got me this ridiculous book as a joke. Called Hot Victorians. Meet your dream man from the past. This book is definitely rated more PG-13. So I did look through it and I did choose someone. Let me see if I can find him. This guy is called Bay Pine Bars. So I would just look through this book. I didn't even really read the description for this guy. And I was like, he kind of looks like Cillian Murphy. And then I saw he was born in Ireland. And I was like, that's so funny because Cillian Murphy is born, I do believe he was Irish. And then it says, swipe if you like it. It says, a crooked, tattooed Cillian Murphy. And I will read this description. And I do believe, like, obviously these were real people. Because it has when they were born and when they died. It says, he may have been something of a bad lad, but when your mugshot looks as hot as this, who cares? Born in Ireland and later immigrating to the U.S. Is his name Curran? Lived in the Upper East Side of Manhattan, New York City, and worked as a gas fitter. At a little over 5'8" tall, he didn't have great stature, but with his black hair and gray eyes, he was a handsome chap. Work as a gas fitter clearly didn't pay much, as Kieran was arrested on April 9th, 1894, trying to improve his income with burglary. On his arrest card, he's noting as having quite a few intriguing tattoos, an anchor with a star in the center, the letters FC on the inside of his right forearm, and a crucifix on the inside of his left arm. It says, my secret superpower is breaking and entering into your heart. Dating me is like dating a jewel thief, cat burglar. Your heart is a vault that I can slip into without a key. I'm sure there is a way better option on here. But I was, like I said, the fact that he looked like Cillian Murphy, I think I was like, oh my gosh. Definitely an interesting book, but like I said, this is a very, some of them can be a little bit PG-13. My sister didn't know that when she bought it for me. She thought it was just all wholesome fun, which most of it is. But there are a few on here that I was like, oh my gosh, that can be a little bit more on the PG-13 side. budget for my money. And the first week went actually pretty good. And then with my birthday, I fell off track. But I will make a video about that pretty soon. Then she bought me blueberry crumble granola. And this is Better Goods. And I've been kind of eating on it, as you can tell, for a very, for the past few days. It's so good to put in oatmeal and stuff. This is Ghirardelli Strawberry Bark. I absolutely love these. They're so good. She buys them for me every Valentine's Day, which is super sweet.